Hello everyone. So today we will understand the concept of geographical indication with respect to the Geographical Indication of Goods Registration and Protection Act 1999. So before delving into the sections of this act, let us understand what does this act basically do. So this act provide for the registration and better protection of geographical indications relating to goods. So before delving into the section of this act or understanding the meaning of geographical indication, let us have a look at few examples of geographical indication for better understanding. So in this slide we have examples of geographical indication in India that are very famous. We have basmati rice that is used in day-to-day household. We can find this in the states of Punjab, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Delhi, Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir. And this basmati rice was registered collectively by all these states in the year 2015. Now we have an ongoing debate on the famous Kolhapuri chappals that are found in regions of Karnataka and Maharashtra. Not exactly found but manufactured. So that was registered in the year 2019. Now we have Kullu shawl here from Himachal Pradesh that was registered in the year 2005. Now we have everyone's favorite, the most famous Hyderabad Halim from Telangana that was registered in the year 2010. Now in this slide we have the famous Darjeeling tea जहाँ से आपके questions भी आए थे previous year CLAT UG 2025 में. So this is found in the region of West Bengal and was registered in the year 2004, and here we have both the word and logo mark of the famous Darjeeling tea. This is the word mark, and this is the logo mark of the Darjeeling tea. So in this slide we have the bifurcation of the word geographical indication into two words, geographical and indication. So basically what does geographical denotes? Geographical is nothing but the geographical location of the goods, and indication is the place of origin of the goods. Now what does this goods include? So these goods are basically manufactured goods, natural goods, agricultural goods, handicrafts and foodstuffs. So these five types of goods can be registered under the GI Act. Now we have the definition of geographical indication. So geographical indication is nothing but an indication, sign or symbol that we use on the goods which tells us that where the product comes from, that is from a particular geographical location, and importantly the product has some qualities, characteristics or reputation that are directly linked to that place of origin. Suppose we have the famous Darjeeling tea. The word Darjeeling is nothing but a place located in the region of West Bengal where the tea is basically cultivated. So the aroma, texture, scent, taste that we get after consuming the tea all comes from the way it is cultivated in the region of Darjeeling. It is because of the soil quality, soil texture, the weather, climate, the processing and everything that is being done in the region of Darjeeling in West Bengal. If we do the same thing in any other place of India, or for that matter outside India, or in a setup where we also use the same kind of climate and everything, it won't be the same because the unique qualities that we get in the Darjeeling tea is because of the place where it is cultivated. Similarly, the Hyderabad Halim also. In Hyderabad, while cooking the Hyderabad Halim, they use a pots that are being made in the region of Telangana. So the weather quality that attributed to the preparation of the pots and the preparation of the halim itself in those pots, and the texture, the aroma, the taste that the pots contribute to the preparation of the halim basically gives its unique qualities or characteristics that is not found in any other part of India or world for that matter. So that is how geographical indication basically works. Now we have some examples of geographical indication from all over India. Here we have Lucknow chicken, which is a handicraft good from Uttar Pradesh. We have Naga mircha, which is an agricultural good from Nagaland. We have Tirupati laddu, which is a foodstuff from Andhra Pradesh. We have Mysore silk from Karnataka, and so on. Now we will look into some international examples of geographical indication. So we have the famous Champagne here. So Champagne is a region in France where the sparkling wine is produced, hence the name Champagne. Now you can connect the dots how the place attribute to the quality of the good. Now here we have famous tequila from Mexico. So a tequila is a city in Mexico where basically these blue agave plant grow, and from that we produce or extract the tequila shots. Here we have the famous Scotch whiskey from United Kingdom. So it is made in Scotland. It is a malt whiskey or grain whiskey or a blend of two, and the name come from the word Scotland. Now we will look into the international framework of geographical indication. So we will basically look at how international definition under the TRIPS agreement, that is under article 22.1, because this is where the modern GI concept comes from. Although GI existed long back, but the modern concept or the modern definition of GI comes from TRIPS agreement. So TRIPS basically defines GI as indications which identify a good as originating in the territory of a WTO member or a region or locality in that territory where the given quality, reputation or other characteristics of the good is essentially attributable to its geographical origin. So this is what we have been discussing from the previous few slides. So two most important things to remember here is that number one, the origin must be identifiable, and second point is that the characteristics must be essentially attributable to geography, that is the climate, soil, traditional skills, etc. So now we will come to the Indian statutory definition of geographical indication under the GI Act, that is under section 21E. So what does section 21E tells us? It basically tells us that GI means an indication that identifies goods as agricultural, natural or manufactured goods or foodstuffs originating from a country, region or locality whose quality, reputation or other characteristics is essentially linked to its geographical origin. So we have already discussed this. So basically wherever the product is originating from, it has to have some qualities of the place of its origin. So basically what is geographical indication? The place, product and unique quality must be connected in some or the other way for a product to be a GI. And an important thing to remember here is that the manufactured goods, that is the man-made goods or the goods that are being produced in mass in factories, must have either of the activities, that is production, processing or preparation of the goods in a particular territory, region or locality to be a GI of that region or locality. So either any one of these functions has to be carried out in that particular region or locality. Now we will look into the essential conditions for registration of geographical indications. So for registering a good under the GI Act, the good must be identified. So we earlier we saw that there are five types of goods, basically agricultural goods, manufactured goods, foodstuffs, natural goods, and handicrafts. So goods that are to be registered under the GI Act must come under any one of these five categories, and the good must possess some unique quality, reputation, or other characteristics of the place of origin, and those characteristics must be directly linked to the place of origin or where the good is basically being originated or manufactured. Now we will look into goods, the definition of goods. So goods is defined under the GI Act under 21F. So we by now we know that there are five types of goods: agricultural goods, manufactured goods, foodstuffs, natural goods, and handicraft. Now agricultural and natural goods have local factors like climate and soil because they are originating from nature. They are not man-made, they are not prepared by human beings, so they must possess the quality of the soil, the climate, wherever they are being originated, like we saw in the example of Darjeeling tea. The area of Darjeeling attributes to the quality, aroma, texture, taste of the tea by its climatic conditions or the soil quality or whatever may be present in that area. Now for manufactured goods, industrial goods including handicraft and foodstuff, the essential role is geographic, climatic factors or human know-how in good quality, reputation or other characteristics, like we saw in Hyderabad Halim. So it is obviously the geographic location because how the pots are being made or the weather affecting the manufacture of those pots, where the meat is being prepared, and the climatic conditions also the human know-how because the human only know the recipe, the time for preparation of the halims, and etc. So I hope now we have understood the definition of geographical indication. Now since we have understood the definition of geographical indication, let us move into the question. So in this slide we will see why do we need to protect geographical indication. We need to protect geographical indication because very often than not, the producers of these GI products are really poor. They cannot even afford to carry out their trade or profession, that is producing this GI product, and they slowly die out. So in order to gain a market recognition and sell the product at a premium price, we need this GI tag. It also has benefits by providing a source of niche marketing. It also comes with some non-monetary benefits like protection of knowledge and community rights. Like in the past, we have seen that America tried to patent the basmati rice. We can prevent such instances by giving GI tag to goods and products. It also prevents others from using it without permission. So in the GI Act, it is mentioned that the authorized users can only use the GI tag and no one can use it under the pretext that they have the GI tag to sell those same products. So it prevents them from benefiting from its reputation, that is free riding. So we cannot go and sell Darjeeling tea without a GI tag by under the name Darjeeling tea, because obviously it is well known that Darjeeling tea has a reputation on its own and I cannot benefit from it if I am not an authorized user. So this is also a benefit of the GI tag. Now, GI tags can bring a competitive advantage, add value to a product, and create export opportunities. Even we can sell these products at a higher price to foreign traders or people who are interested. It also acts as a product differentiators in the market. So basically what it does is that we can see many Banarasi silk saris on platforms like Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, selling it at prices very lower than what the real price of those saris are. So these are not the true they are not the true copy of those saris. So basically they are some kind of fake they are using some kind of fake material to manufacture those saris, so they can actually sell these saris under the name Banarasi silk. But people often get misled because of the price they get on these online platforms, and they often buy into that. So we can also avoid that. And I hope this has been this has been a helpful video for you all. So this is the conceptual triangle of GI. TRIPS gives the global definition, Indian Act adapts it, section 21E and 21F gives the exam relevant statutory meaning. And I hope with this foundation we will be able to solve CLAT MCQs on GIs, and we can have a good and perfect scoring. So in the next class we will look into some of the questions, relevant questions. Thank you. Have a nice day.